the New Covenant Scriptures. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I get excited here. Everybody out top, man, gets excited about Yahshua's name. Hallelujah. Because everybody in the book of Romans, Shaul of Tarsus saw something happening in his day that goes way, way back. We're talking about the history of black magic, everybody. The era of black magic goes back a long way. Black magic systems that worship idols and imaginations and human devices and crafts. And everybody, you may not have a stone image in your house or a wood image, but you have idols and images, false philosophies, false beliefs in your heart and your mind that are idols that you bow down to and serve, like others bow down to their graven images of stone and wood and metal. Is there any other Elohim that you worship besides the true Elohim? Do you worship an idol, an image of wood and stone? Or do you worship an idol and a philosophy that is erroneous and not in the fullness of divine light in Yahshua's name, everybody? As recorded in the book. Both the Torah, the Tanakh, the Brit Kadashah, everybody. This is a divine written record for us to know and establish and to manifest this kingdom reality into existence in our lifetime, in this world, everybody. Shaul tells us for a long time there's been these erroneous systems of black magic that don't worship the true creator of heaven and earth, that don't worship the King of heaven. They worship what he made. Now listen, you may find that amazing. Listen to what Shaul says. In Romans chapter 1, everybody, Shaul says this. He says in verse 18, he says, "For the wrath of Elohim is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Elohim is manifested unto them. For Elohim has showed it unto them," everybody. Elohim has revealed himself to man. "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, as above so below. Even as eternal power and Godhead, majesty, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew Elohim, they glorified him not as Elohim." Remember, King Nebuchadnezzar came to glorify the Most High and honor him. But these men know Elohim, have seen Elohim, the power manifested in the reality, the material realm, mirroring the invisible realm. Elohim revealing himself, manifesting himself. They knowing this, seeing it, understanding it, do not honor him, but rather they don't glorify him. Neither were thankful, but became vain. And the word vain means empty, unprofitable, to no avail. They became vain, unprofitable in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Black magic without light. Darkness is the absence, the removal of light. And when you take Elohim and Yahshua out of power and authority, you now enter into black magic, vain imaginations, idolatry, imagery, false systems, unprofitable systems. When you take light out and you are darkened and you are walking in darkness, you are without light, you are walking in the power and system of black magic, everybody, because the inferior forces that you call upon are not superior from the superior source. And they will become destructive forces in your life and will be counterproductive, will be disadvantageous, will be vain and empty and unprofitable unto you. Because you're not tapped into the true source. You're destined to fail. And black magic is a robbery, a cheating of your potential. Because without the fullness of light, and therefore it ends in partial darkness and defeat. It does not come to its fullness. It cannot. It is veiled. It is darkened. Their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Hold your place right there in the book of Romans, everybody. Let's go back to Bereshit chapter 1. Let's see what Elohim made in the beginning. Genesis 1, chapter 1. Bereshit, chapter 1, everybody, in the Torah. Moshe recorded, as it were, in chapter 1, verse 24 and 25. Listen, everybody. It said, and it says today, even now. In verse 24, and Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, cattle, and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. Hallelujah. Elohim created the beasts of the earth. He created the cattle, the beasts of the earth, everybody. Elohim created those things. They are not him. He created them. He manifested his power and sovereignty and majesty through the creation of beasts of the field, cattle. But now go back to Romans chapter 1, everybody. Picking up in verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, foolish, vain in their imaginations, and changed the glory of the incorruptible Elohim into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Everybody, black magic fails because it takes the power of Elohim and brings it down to the level of what he has created. Elohim created the cattle. But black magic takes the power and majesty of Elohim and transfers it to a cow, a calf, a bull, an ox. Things that Elohim has created and made, they transfer that divine supernatural power into something that's terrestrial, corruptible man, birds, beasts, four-footed beasts, creeping things. Black magic, folks, is a destructive force. Because it is to no avail, it is to no profit. It cannot bring you full power and authority to manifest. It will become, as it were, destructive because it is an inferior source. It is without divine light, and it is destined not to bring forth a full, majestic, spiritual consciousness and evolution of your reality in life, let alone the life of every other human being on the face of this planet. Which is what Elohim's desire is, everybody, to bring everybody into a heavenly, immortal, eternal sphere of life and power. That is the destiny of mankind. That's why Elohim created man. So black magic robs us all, everybody, and it's going to rob you. Because you see today, you say, well, that's crazy, Olive Tile, man. I don't worship a cow. Black magic, folks. I have here before you a book on magic. And in this book, it says the letter Aleph represents an ox, a bull, a four-footed beast. You say, well, Aleph Tav, man, I don't worship a bull. Okay, everybody, let's go to the book of Revelation. Let's get some light here today. Let's get some divine light about Yahshua. Book of Revelation, everybody. Let's talk about light. Book of Revelation, chapter 1, everybody. The very first chapter of the book of Revelation, Yahshua, Messiah, the son of Elohim, declares something about himself. Everybody, in the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 8, Yahshua said, and says to us today, I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the ending, saith Yahuwah, which was, which is, and which is to come, the Almighty. Hallelujah. Yahshua says, I am the Almighty, which is, which was, and which is to come. I am the beginning and the end, the first and last. I am the Aleph and the Tav. Yahshua is the Aleph, everybody. He's the principal head of all things. He's the head of all principality and power. He is the Almighty. He is the Eternal. He is the first and the last. He is the Creator. He created all things. He created heaven and earth. He is the Aleph. He is the head. I am. And there is none else. He says, I am Yeshua is the fullness of the light divine. He is a source of all power. I am the Aleph and the Tav. I am the first, I am the last, I am the whole shebang. I am, there is none else. I am the Almighty, the Eternal. Hallelujah. But in this book of Magick, it says right here on page 273 of this book, it says the letter Aleph, the meaning ox. You say, well, Aleph Tav, man, that's just one book. Okay, well, pick up another book on ancient alphabets. And open up to page 41 of this book. Look under the letter Aleph. It says ox. So one book on magic, one book on ancient alphabets. Here's another book on word pictures, ancient word pictures. Turn to the 15th page of this book. Letter Aleph, an ox, or a bull. 1, 2, 3 books by 3 different men. 3 different men who actually have a lot of understanding, everybody. They have a lot of insight, but they don't have the fullness of the light of Yeshua. And so these 3 men who are brilliant, but yet are lacking light, because Yeshua said, I am the Aleph. But this man says, Aleph is an ox. This man says, Aleph is an ox. This man says, Aleph is an ox. Here's another picture now. Here's a picture for you, everybody. Right here, Aleph, ox. Everybody, what is going on? How is it that the world is calling the Aleph, Yeshua, an ox? Because Shaul told us that they changed his glory from the sovereign, majestic, mighty, eternal, everlasting King of heaven and earth into the likeness of a 4-footed beast, an ox, a bull. Everybody, what is going on here? Everybody, let's find out. Let's find out how this stuff crept into, this black magic has crept into our spheres of influence. I don't even think that these men realize that they have tapped into an inferior source and power, because they're not coming in the fullness of divine light in Yahshua's name. They are changing his power, his glory, his authority, and as it were, calling upon the power of a bull, an ox. Things Elohim has made, they worship above him. He said, you shall have no other Elohim before my face. Exodus 32, everybody. This has a long, long history. Book of Shemot. When the children of Israel at the foot of the mountain. Exodus 32, everybody, listen. Listen to what happened. And when the people saw that Moshe, Exodus 32, everybody, when the people saw that Moshe delayed his come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us Elohim, which shall go before us. For as this Moses, the man that brought us up by the land of Egypt, we don't know what has become of him. And Aaron said unto him, Break off the golden earrings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons and your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graven tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy Elohim, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast unto Yahuwah. Everybody, Aaron and the children of Israel changed the glory and power. The one who delivered them out of Egypt, Yahuwah, changed his glory into an image of a golden calf, an ox, a bull. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And tell me they weren't worshiping it. They were sacrificing to it, dancing before it, giving it offerings and gifts. They were worshiping an idol of gold, and a golden bull, a calf, and said, "This is our Elohim. This is Yahuwah.